This is my spiritual warfare Armour of God 5-minute testimony. Um, so I know I'm not the only one that's been attacked quite regularly over the course of even just being part of the ministry school. Though I do identify with being specifically attacked in a very challenging way regarding what is true and what is not true about myself, about what I believe in comparison to what the Word of God actually says. So for me personally, the armament of God that I've used most frequently, that I continue to use most frequently, is the belt of truth, where in Ephesians 6 it says, "Stand therefore, and gird about your loins with the belt of truth." And I think that this armament is first with a purpose, because if we don't stand on truth, if we don't have the Word of God to rely on as that truth, then we sit in a world where everything's questioned, where people believe that their truth is something that they can establish on their own. But fortunately, I've been able to go back to the Word of God time and time again, where He speaks to us, about us, that we were beautifully and wonderfully made, in times of doubt on why I'm even here and what is my purpose. When we question if we really are studying enough, where the Word says, "Study to show thyself approved," a workman fit, that God has established this desire, in our hearts, to continue to seek after more and more revelation. And the only place that we can go for that revelation really is the Word of God, and time in His Word, and time with Him personally. So even in the attacks that my ex-wife has come forward with, just lies left, and right, the one thing that I can rely on is that I walk in truth. Not only walking out as being obedient to God, but I do not lie. I do not misrepresent. And that belt of truth that has been girt about my loins is something that, even way before the challenge of who I was and how I was as a husband or a father, especially, before any of that was questioned, I put away lying, I put away deceit, I put these things away from me in the process of sanctification, and it has blessed me abundantly, to where whether people like me or not isn't so much the concern. They know what they're going to get. They know where I stand. And many of them recognize that I will not compromise. Even when challenged by some of the elders of my local church, the body of believers that actually put my wife out of the church, following the scriptural guidelines, to when accusations are made within a body of believers, they have even shown questions on some of the things that I believe when it comes to continuationism and so on and so forth, spiritual warfare. But I've stood my ground, and none of them can deny that I stand a ground established, first girding my loins with that belt of truth. So thank you so much.